At this company in Toyota City, Japan, a quality control circle meeting comes to a close. The workers join hands and recite the day's QC motto: no more close calls. Let's keep the workplace safe. Quality control has been a major factor in Japan's economic success story. It is a management technique that was developed in America, but took root in Japan. And Japanese goods, from autos to the ever-shrinking personal calculator, are now internationally known for their high quality, durability, and fine design.
Hello, I'm Robert Christopher, and I'd like to welcome you to Anatomy of Japan, the Wellsprings of economic power. Every year, Japanese industry anxiously awaits the announcement of who won the Deming Prize. The Deming Prize is an award given for outstanding industrial achievement through the use of quality control. And to Japanese businessmen, the Deming Prize is the Super Bowl, the World Series, and the Stanley Cup all rolled into one. Today, quality control, or QC, has been extended from manufacturing and production to a wide range of commercial activities, including Japan's growing service sector. QC is a management technique with far-ranging implications and has contributed mightily to Japan's reputation for producing high-quality goods.
Toyota's main automobile plant in Toyota City employs 60,000 people, and there are 6,500 quality control circles in this factory alone, the basic building blocks of the quality control concept. The principle behind Japanese quality control is simple. A perfect product can be made if even the smallest of mistakes is removed during the production process. Rather than rely on the inspection of completed products as a means of catching flaws, Japanese QC attempts to perfect the production process from product design to production line, so that defective goods are not produced at all. QC circles promote close ties among workers and provide a dynamic forum for sharing improvement-related ideas. One quality control group at the Toyota plant calls itself the Challenge Circle and consists of 8 workers who inspect engines. They meet once a week to talk about problems and their possible solutions.
So, what can we do to bring down the noise level?
The motor in the exhaust duct's pretty big. How about if we use a smaller motor?
Make the motor smaller? Okay, what about that idea?
The main thing is that it rubs against the end of the muffler, right? I don't know if it would do any good to make the motor smaller. The motor we have now is just strong enough.
I think it'd be good to make this part a little smaller.
Yeah, but it would cost a lot to change the motor.
All right, what about that problem? What if it costs a lot?
QC circle meetings are held at the end of the day. Yoshihiro Harie has been chosen to represent his group at an upcoming company-wide meeting.
I have to give a talk at the next meeting. I don't really like doing them, but I'll be speaking for my whole group, so I'll do the best I can.
Well, you know, we have these meetings after work, and sometimes I don't feel like going. But once everybody gets together and we get talking, we get all wrapped up in it, you know. We start out thinking we'll go for a half an hour, and before we know it, an hour's gone by.
There's a natural sense of rivalry that you feel, even with your own teammates. That makes you want to learn more about what you're doing. Even if you're not the type to study, you find yourself studying. No, I don't think that you'd get promoted in the company just for being in these groups. But if doing this makes you try harder and you get results, and the company sees that, then they recognize that you're somebody valuable. And if that keeps happening, you can rise in the company.
Training is essential to the maintenance of quality control. Here, employees focus on how to identify the source of a problem when a defect is detected. It is said that quality control begins and ends with education. Since large Japanese companies hire on a lifetime employment basis, the resources expended on employee training are viewed by management as a long-term investment in the company. The practice of line stop is one of the most conspicuous examples of quality control on the automobile assembly line. When a worker detects an error, he stops the entire assembly line, and the problem is rectified on the spot. In most U.S. factories, the assembly line is never stopped, and errors are repaired at the end of the line. The Japanese believe the U.S. system is less efficient, both in terms of cost and quality control. Successful quality control relies on workers who have an understanding of the entire production process. Japanese workers are regularly rotated to different jobs, broadening their skills and increasing their ability to contribute to quality control. The speed and length of Toyota's assembly lines vary with the part or type of car being produced. When a worker discovers a defect, he stops the entire line. A bell sounds, and within the allotted time, the head of the group responsible for that work area moves immediately to correct the problem. Only when the problem has been solved will the line move again. Each one of Toyota's subcontracting companies must also practice quality control. The maintenance of quality control by subcontracting manufacturers enables Toyota to rely on just-in-time inventory management, which provides that the exact number of parts needed is supplied, enabling Toyota to avoid the cost of keeping large inventories. The Hayashi Terampu Company supplies carpeting and interior coverings for Toyota's cars. The president and top executives make a weekly round of the plant to check on quality control.
We put on chains to prevent ourselves from falling. We were worried about the danger of that.
I received in-house welding training, and safety in the workplace was emphasized.
The 60 QC circles at this factory meet twice monthly. The Fight Circle Group is now working on improvements for safety in the workplace.
Next, the on-off switch of the air conditioner can get tangled up in the rotating part. How many points for that? 3 points?
As the meeting reaches an end, the team members stand and join hands to recite the day's motto. No more close calls. Keep the workplace safe.
ワンポイント。ヒヤリなくして安全よし。ヒヤリなくして安全よし。ヒヤリなくして安全よし。
This is one of Toyota's many employee suggestion boxes. Toyota Motors receives some 2,450,000 suggestions a year.
In 18 years, I've made about 1,000 suggestions.
Up to how many a year?
Oh, I make about 150 in a year.
And how much total compensation have you received for the suggestions?
Let's see. Altogether, 2.5 to 3.5 million yen, I think.
Because quality control attempts to prevent errors rather than simply uncover them, workers are inspectors as well as operators. The role of the team leader, or hancho, is particularly important. The hancho usually joins the company right out of high school, working his way up through the company. The hancho plays a central role of maintaining quality control for his specific area. When the line is stopped, it is his job to correct the problem quickly. He must seek proposals from his team, inspire them with a will to work, and ensure that his group achieves its goals. With guidance from supervisors, Harie rehearses his presentation into the night. On a rotating basis, each team member will be given the responsibility of representing his group. Harie's performance, whether good or bad, will be a reflection on his team, as well as on his supervisors. The development of thoughtful and competent workers is an important part of a supervisor's job, and this close connection serves to increase communication between junior and senior level employees.
Kitajima said that even if we are told that, it's difficult to find where the noise is coming from, and it came out that this had been a problem for everyone. So in order to discover defects, we made a list of 32 common problems that would be easy to identify. It's an important reference tool for inspecting engines. Many defects that we'd identified before by tricks or instinct are diagrammed and standardized like this, so that even a beginner can handle them.
Quality control got its start in Japan in 1949, shortly after the end of the Second World War. Through a series of reconstruction efforts, this tire factory in Kurume, Japan, was finally able to produce tires of quality as high as those anywhere in the world. In 1950, the Union of Japanese Scientists and Engineers invited Dr. W. E. Deming to Japan. Deming, an American industrial engineer, was a proponent of quality control through statistical analysis. The new method of selective inspection he introduced soon brought astonishing results in factories throughout Japan. Deming's influence was so widely felt that a national award for QC was established in his name, the Deming Prize.
I think that I was the only man in 1950 that believed that the Japanese could invade the markets of the world and would within 4 years. They are using statistical methods. They have not only learned them, they have absorbed them. As Japanese absorb other good things of cultures, they are giving back to the world the products of statistical control of quality in a form that the world never saw before.
In the early 1950s, Toyota Motors' quality control efforts consisted entirely of an employee suggestion box. By the mid-1950s, other car makers began to make inroads into Toyota's market share, and management responded with a radical departure from traditional QC methods. In 1961, Toyota inaugurated a plan for total quality control, which encompassed all aspects of the business, from planning and design to sales and distribution. The Corona TR40 went on sale in 1964 and was the first result of Toyota's new TQC efforts. In 1965, Toyota Motors was awarded the Deming Medal for excellence in quality control. At this Toyota dealership near Toyota City, employees assemble for the morning meeting, and their supervisor offers advice on customer relations. Deming's statistical quality control system has been expanded into sales and service, becoming the company-wide TQC which is used today. Total quality control depends on management's dedication to TQC as a part of its policy, combined with its energetic application by all employees on the shop or production floor.
特にですね、TQC ということで、みんなで集